Welcome to Chez La Vie. I am going to change things up a little bit this week because every time I post one of these videos, well, I get oodles and oodles and oodles of really great information, but sadly, it's out of date because I started working on the boat in June and I've been posting videos in chronological order. So this week, I am going to catch you up to speed with where I am currently on the boat. The expression, it gets worse before it gets better, is 100% applicable. The boat is a mess. Everything downstairs is torn up. And I've got a problem that I'm going to talk about towards the end of the video that I'm hoping somebody has some other solutions or some knowledge about the solutions that are being offered to me, because I'm not super happy and I'm finding it really hard to pull the trigger and move forward on that because I don't feel like I know enough. So let's get this party started. Here I am catching you up on what's going on in December on the boat. You'll notice that the engine room is much quieter because no more air conditioning pump here anymore. Isn't that just a lovely sound? And look at how much easier it is to walk in this engine room. We ripped out the rotten wood here and put in a new piece of marine grade plywood. And my project this week is I'm going to clean back in there. Notice all the garbage and all the junk is gone. I'm going to clean in there and paint so that it'll be shiny and new like this. Look, I have 4 batteries that are the right size batteries. We've repaired all the original fiberglass battery boxes, so they're ready to be used again. We did an oil change. We changed the canister filters out for the spin-ons. Changed out the zincs. We also started replacing the floor with Starboard, but when we pulled up the other floor, we found the framework was damaged, so I need to rebuild the framework. And we replaced some hydraulic hoses and, of course, more spin-on filters on the starboard engine. And we had to replace 1 gauge. I learned how to check the transmission fluid and the oil levels. I learned how to start my engine in parallel. Man, I just love the sound of these motors starting up. They sound so happy. Like they just purr like little kittens. And then, of course, I wanted something to play with, so we took a couple of days and worked on the dinghy and got it in the water and had to take it for a ride, of course. And then, as you know, we pulled that old automatic pilot pump off, and lo and behold, my steering works without it. Who knew? On the AC, it is time for a professional now to come in. I need things like relay switches, electrical work, gas top-offs, controllers, that kind of stuff. We have moved both pumps into the generator room. I have now a big Scott pump because we thought we burned out the new Orbitoffer, and this is the one that came out of the engine room. They have new hoses from seacock to through hole, including manifolds, everything. Believe it or not, I am making progress. So I'm still going to do the chronological videos. There'll be another one coming in a few days. If you've been enjoying the channel, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. I hate to ask, but it's really important. And come along for the ride. I'm super happy to have you. I'm having a blast with this. And thanks again for all the wonderful information. How do I fix this? I've got a problem that I need help with now, and that is my Windless. My Windless is a 32 volt ideal V5C, and it takes 3H chain and 3/4 inch rope, and it's a mess. The wiring is all good, the switches work, the motor works, the gearbox is okay, but the gears inside were not spaced properly when they got replaced, and so it chewed them up, and they have to be replaced. Long story short, I had a guy come out. he pulled it out, took it away, calls me up, and it's going to be about $6,500 to do the new gearbox, a couple of other parts, and then reinstall everything. And that would be great if my Windless wasn't beat to hell and looked like crap anyway. But the top side, as you can see, it's totally corroded. It's broken in places. It is gouged, scratched. The chrome is chipped or corroded off. It looks like crap. And granted, it will be working, but it will not really look very good. And I want her to look pretty. I don't want her to look like a beat up old boat anymore. I want her to be pretty. And to make it pretty will be about another $2,000 or $3,000. And every fiber in my body just screams that's way too darn much money. I started looking at other options, and one of them is to just get a whole new Windless. And there are several out there. One that I've been looking at that I kind of like the look of is the Maxwell RC12-10, which is 3H chain, 3/4 inch rope, and it's $4,000 plus the labor to put it in. But the downside to it is that it is 24 volt. And so how do you convert from 32 volt to 24 volt and still retain the use of your switches up in the pilot house? So is it worth spending almost $10,000 to rebuild the old one? Or is it worth spending $5,000 for the new one and figuring out how to convert from 32 to 24? From what I understand, some of the options I have are putting 2 batteries up there for 24 volts, which is absolutely possible. There's plenty of room in that locker. The other one is using a converter there to drop it from 32 to 24, but I've had some people say that's not a good idea. Wow, I can't remember what the other option is, but you get my drift. So what are the options? Please leave a message or email me at boatsforshay@gmail.com and let me know what you guys think. And I really appreciate all of you guys, the help. Oh my God, the messages and the encouragement. They have been so awesome, because I have hit that point in the project where it's pretty bad. Everything is torn up, and there are days that I look at the mess and I think I am never getting off this dock. I know that I will. I know eventually I will plow through it. It feels like I get stuck for weeks at a time on the same problems, and you're going to help me fix that. I just know it. I know somebody out there has got some really good ideas for me on this Windless.